Squirrels and Bluebirds by Terry Schwing. Freddie was a squirrel. He lived on a tree branch high in a big tree in the middle of a large park. He didn't know that the tree was large. He didn't know that he lived in a park. He didn't really know any other place other than the tree branch where he lived. There were many other squirrels that lived on the tree branch too. Most days the other squirrels spent their time fighting over a small amount of nuts and seeds that were gathered there. The squirrels that lived closer to the tree branch called themselves the trunk squirrels, or the TS crew as they preferred to be known. They would carve their slogans into the tree trunk to mark their territory and let others know that that was their space and everybody else had better watch out. The ones closer to the edge had no trunk, so they carved into their own bodies. The edgers and the trunk squirrels made everybody else nervous. Freddie had friends too. Cheryl was a large squirrel who spent most of her time talking bad about Cheryl. That chick had better stop talking stuff about me. That's all I gotta say. Freddie didn't tell her this, but he was friends with Cheryl as well. And Cheryl talked just like this. Clarabelle better not be talking stuff about me, or I'm gonna do something. That's all I gotta say about that. One summer day, a bluebird landed on the branch. All the squirrels were uncomfortable, except for Freddie, who said, "Hey, Mr. Bluebird, what's it like to fly?" And the bluebird said, "Why don't you find out for yourself? Jump down to the bottom of the tree." And Freddie said, "I can't do that." And he said, "Do you trust me?" So they went down to a puddle at the bottom of the tree. And Freddie looked in the reflection and said, "I'm a bluebird. You turned me into a bluebird." The bluebird just laughed and said, "No, Freddie, you were always a bluebird." Freddie hardly understood, but he was eager to learn how to fly. And so he said, "I'll teach you." 1 year later. That chick had better stop talking stuff about me. That's all I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say. And then Freddie returned from his year-long voyage, and Clarabelle was talking just like she always had. And he said, "Clarabelle, first I learned about flying. I learned how to do flips, turns, dives, twirls, loops. Then I became an expert at flying, and I went to London, and the food was so delicious there. I saw camels in Egypt. I went to France. I went all over the world, and it was just beautiful. I got to explore everything, try foods I've never tried before, see things I've never seen, and it was all beautiful and amazing, and I just want to tell everybody about it because we can all do this." And Cheryl started yelling at him, "But Clarabelle, she's talking stuff." And Freddie yelled out, "Stop! The world is far and wide and beautiful and available to you. You could taste the richest foods, you could see the most beautiful landscapes, explore the wonders of this world, and still undiscovered treasures await us. Why spend your time wasting it one more day worrying about stupid things?" But she just looked at him confused. And Freddie thought it's hard to change a bluebird with a squirrel mentality. And then a little bird came to him and said, "What's it like to fly?" And he said, "I'll show you."